Hi everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio. I thought I'd just hop on real quick and show you a little something that I do with all of this packing paper. I did post on Instagram a while back a big wad of this paper that I had gotten in a box, and I actually take it all apart, kind of smooth it out a little bit and fold it, because most of the packing paper nowadays is perforated. So there's perforations, and then I usually leave them folded because I will use it to wrap journals, but I oftentimes split it apart because once I trim it up, I also use it for pages for my journal. But anyways, I thought I would take one that's not, let me see if I can find they're all different sizes. So sometimes you have to cut them down. Let me see. Let's just try one of these. This will work. So I'm going to move these out of the way. Put them down on the floor beside me. And I'll kind of give you an idea of what I do. So the packing paper, like I said, it comes all wadded up, and it's a big, long, massive mess of it. And I try to smooth it out, fold it up, so that I can use it. So the first thing I would do is, there's a perforation right here. I would try to tear it along that perforation or cut it. Usually I just tear it. I hope I can do this on camera. Let me see. I'm making this look a little more difficult than it is because I'm trying to do it on camera. If I wasn't worried about taping it, I would kind of go a little bit faster, and it wouldn't matter where on the table this was. But basically, here's a piece. And then what I would do is, I do a couple different things with this packing paper. One of them, obviously, is if I don't rip it apart into a narrow piece like this, I can use it to wrap my journals. But another thing I can do is, right now, this is it's 8.5 inches wide, which my journals are usually 8.5 tall by about 5 1/4, 5 1/2 wide, which is usually a piece of paper cut in half. So because this is 8.5 long, I can cut it into 11-inch strips. So I can't see real well here, so my head might be on camera, but so I just measure out 11 inches. And then I actually have a page for a journal. Okay, so I will put that inside one of the signatures. So let me see if I have a journal right here to show you how it would go. Well, I did just finish this journal, so we'll show you. It would just fit right inside there as one of the signature pages. Not sure I have one in here because this was all very bright colors. No, I don't. But anyways, so number one, I would use it for a journal page. Once I have it cut to this size or bigger, oftentimes once I get it flattened out, I can iron it or not if it's flat enough, and I can put it through my printer. And if I do that, I can print on it like this, and then I can fold it up, use my cutting scissors on the top, and create bags. So you can create bags with them, big and small, depending on what size you want to make. And then, so this is just like folded in, the bottom is folded up, and then you can cut the edge like this, and it makes a little bag for your journal, so that can go inside your journal as well. So that's the second thing I would use them for. The third thing is when I have you know, pieces left or whatever, I make a glue book, journal cards, or tags, and I use this for the backing, because usually in my glue book I'm using, like right now the glue book that I'm making is an old math book, and so I only cover one side with my scraps. Then when I cut it down, the back side would be the other side of the math page. So I would just cut this and glue that on, and those become journal cards, or I use them for tags. So that's the third thing. And then the fourth thing I do is if I cut them into strips like this, and I don't have any left. I was going to make some, but I don't have any. You can make paper ruffles with this. So you would just fold them. You've probably seen them in journals, and you just fold it like this. And then you run it through your sewing machine right down the middle, and you make a paper ruffle that goes on the edge of your pages. So that's another thing. And the last thing I do with them is I will also take these papers, okay, and I will, do you ever remember when you were a kid and you made, maybe I'll use a smaller sheet just because it'll be easier to show you. When you were a kid and you folded paper and made a fan out of it. So you fold it back and forth to make a fan. So usually if I'm doing this, I'll be watching a video or watching TV. And a lot of times I'll fold this a lot tighter, a lot smaller, you know, than this. But this will give you an idea. Okay, so then you have a piece like this, and if you remember, you'll remember you used to turn this up at the bottom and you made like a fan to fan yourself with or whatever. Anyways, what I do is I take a pair of scissors and I'll just sit and cut it into pieces like this. And you can see how it's coming out, and how it would be if I folded them a little bit tighter. They wouldn't be as wide as this. But really there's not a lot of thinking to this, because I can actually balance a scissor against my finger, and then I know I won't be cutting myself. A lot of times when I'm, like I said, watching TV, or I'll do it out in the living room, or if I'm watching a video in here or a stream or something like that, I will just sit and fold these and cut. Then when you get done, I use this for packing for my journals. Now, I did buy some years ago from, I think it was Paper Smart, and it was nice. It was tighter, but let me show you. You know, I have a whole box of it here that I have cut. Let me show you. It's dropping all over the floor, but see? And then I can use it for packing material for my journals. So I just keep a box of it. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what I do with packing paper. So to recap, you can make a journal page out of it if you trim it down to size. You can print on it and make your paper bags. You can use it as backing for cards, journal cards, and tags. You can make ruffles for the edges of your journal pages, or you could cut it up and make packing. Now, I'm sure there's probably a lot of other uses that people use it for, but I'm like, waste not. If a box comes in, I want the packaging out of it. Anyways, I thought I would just hop on, show you this little tip, things you can do with your packing materials so you don't throw it away. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.